is on gold, right? So for those of you who are actually trading gold, I actually just want to break down this market for you, right? So pretty much you guys actually see that the market is still retracing all the way back to the downside. But before we actually come to that, I wanted to look at this area where the market started dropping all the way to the downside, and at some point the market started giving us structure to the upside, giving us what, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and a low. We have a higher high right here, we have a higher low, sorry, we have a low, we have a high. This high actually failed to take out what, this high right here. So what does that mean? It actually indicated that a pullback or a reversal was actually going to come from that level. Now, looking at this price action, right, you are actually going to realize that when the market actually failed to give us a higher high, the market started giving us what? Lower lows and lower highs, right? And the market started dropping all the way to the downside. So now, at some point, right, you actually need to understand what this market is actually doing, because when you look at this area right here, the market has actually taken out this zone, okay? And when you look again to the downside, the market has taken out this zone. Remember when the market was actually doing what? Trending and actually going all the way to the upside. So at some point, we actually have now two key value areas. Now, at this area, we see that we actually had what? A push to the upside and a pullback, and the market injected all the way to the upside. So there is actually one pending key value area sitting below this level. Do you understand? There is actually a key value area sitting below that level, and you don't actually have to neglect this. Now, basically, as we are looking at this chart, we already see that the market is actually what? In a bearish trend, because we're actually breaking the previous lows. But now, at this point, when we critically look at where this market actually injected all the way to the downside, we see that when the market gave us what? Okay, a low. Okay, we have a lower high, and the market gave us what? A lower low. Now, when we go back, and I've actually taught you guys how to actually pick trades from this location, we identify that high right there. Have you seen? So eventually, what did the market do? For those of you who always attend my live stream, okay, the market went back into that area, and then we sold off. But now, as we sold off from that previous key value area, all I need to do is to identify first of all this low right here. This is some kind of like a key value area, but I cannot actually consider this like the best key value area for me, so I'm still just gonna use it, okay, for this purpose. Now we see now that at this area the market actually reacted from here and went to the upside. So ladies and gentlemen, take it from me, okay, if the market actually breaks this level, right here, obviously gold is most likely to do what? Tapped on this level. But now, are we actually sure that we are going to drop immediately to the downside like today or inside this week? This is exactly what we actually need to find out. Now, at this point, the market is failing to actually take out this low. It therefore means that there are two things involved. Gold can either go backward to the upside from this previous key value area, or it can actually end here, okay, and then go back to the downside. These are the two key value areas that we're actually looking at. Now let me actually show you another tool that I use. So if I go now down to the 1 hour time frame, if I slightly go down to the 1 hour time frame, okay, now I actually want now to understand what is actually happening. All I need to do is to add this my indicator. Now this my indicator, like I told you guys, if you are actually following me for a very long time, you could have short gold from this area, because gold was actually trading from the previous high of last week trading range. Now this tool, I'm not actually going to give it for free. If you want it, you're going to pay, and if you actually want to learn how to trade away from the highs and lows, you're going to pay, right? So it's not actually free, because I've actually given it to you guys on TikTok, all right? So anybody who is actually following me on TikTok, if you don't actually understand how to trade it, then I'm sorry. If you're coming to me, know that it's actually going to be service charge. At this level, we see that the market actually gave us what? The range of the week from the low, and you can even see that the market even reversed from here, from the previous high of the from the previous week of the low, okay, from the previous low of the week, and we actually bought and we went all the way to the upside. Getting to this area, the market reversed again on Monday, okay, from the previous high of the week, and gold actually sold. So now when we actually understand now the situation of the gold market, we now see now that at this point we already have where we now have the initial high of the week, which is actually where right around this level, as you can clearly see. And where did the market actually end? The market ended back at the low, okay, of the previous week. So now gold is actually failing to actually take out the low of the previous week. So there are two things involved. If we actually see an entry confirmation from here, which is actually proprietary to only me and my students, we can actually take a buy back into this level. But if the entry confirmation does not actually show, eventually the market is actually going to do what? Drop to the downside. So in between this area, we are actually sure and we know what is most likely to happen because we know when the market is actually about to trend. So at this point, we already see that, okay, from here, we are already sitting at the previous low of last week trading range. As you can see, this is the low of last week trading range, and this is a high. And if this market actually wants to buy, we are actually going to look for an entry from this area, and we go back to the upside. So from here, if the market actually gives us a sell entry confirmation because we know our sell entry price delivery, we are shorting the market back into this low. So if I go back and let me expand the chart a little, okay, you're gonna see that this key value area right here was an important key value area in the market. So what do we have? I take it again, we have a push right here, we have a pullback, we have a push. So this low was actually the immediate low that caused the breakout of this high right here. So as you can clearly see, this zone right here is very, very important. So this is actually why we still consider that zone. All right, so if gold is actually going to drop to that level, it's most likely to drop to that level. But if it gives us what we are looking for at this level, we are taking the market back to this level right here at the previous hour of the trading range of last week. So guys, if you actually want to join like the VIP channel, you also want to come into the mentorship program, make sure you send me a DM. All right, stop losing money consistently. You can use this strategy and trade it even on gold, on any market. Okay, and this is not just all of it, it actually comes with a lot of goodies. Okay, so if you actually wanted to buy gold like from last week, you can clearly see, like last 2 weeks rather, you see the high of the week dropped on and came all the way to the downside. The market came here, entry confirmation from here. We know our entry confirmation. Imagine that you took a buy gold, you took a buy trade from gold from this level, stop loss below this level, how much you could have actually made. So trading is not so difficult, my friend. You just need the right skills to take you to the next level. All right, see you guys on the next video, guys. Bye for now.